We're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
Welcome to another edition of Bro Talk Live, the best show on the internet for you by us. Bro Talk, we're always on the market. Your main man, Jason. Let's kick it to my main man, Dex. What up, bro?
Dexter Stuckey here. Super excited to be here. So I was going to use this for my seat, but I don't want to. I just want to say it now. Why are we begging people to register to vote? I feel like if you're not registered to vote or you're an undecided voter, then just do that. Just be there. Like I'm fed up with us consistently begging people to do the right thing. It's stupid to me.
I agree. I mean, but look, it's important. We gotta do something about this.
I'm not about to beg nobody to do it.
Tyler God, what up?
I'm good. Sorry I was a little late today, but you guys will never know the pain of desperately searching for your glasses. I had no idea where I put them. And these days, I can't see worth a damn. I'm here.
Can't imagine.
No, you can't.
Look, can't relate.
Thankfully. Ooh, look at you. Got a little green screen action going on there.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm not, I don't like it's doing all that little glitchiness.
You have to. I'll text you.
Okay, praise God. So I do have a nice little story also. I really want to thank a friend of the show, new supporter and an actual friend of mine, for hanging out with me whilst I was in Atlanta over the weekend. Kanisha Britt, I am just so grateful. And to all of the people who was able to see me this weekend, just thank you.
You was in Atlanta. You was in Atlanta tipping and dipping this weekend?
Oh, no tipping, no dipping. Straight work. I live a saved and holy life. I don't tip or dip.
Congrats, Will.
What do you do?
I go to church and I come home. I pray.
Stay prayed up.
Grinding, bragging.
All right. Happy
Didn't know anything about it.
happy plus size appreciation to a couple of the fellas. So I just wanted to put that out there, and
Thank you.
let's hope that we have a good day today, guys. What you drinking on, Dex? What you got there?
A little bit of warm caramel apple cider.
I love how you got to say all the ingredients every
It was
time.
my brother's birthday. Wish my brother a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, brother.
Which one? I mean,
The only one y'all know.
All right, time for the news. You guys ready? Oh, did that finish? Okay, I guess it did finish. I thought it was longer. It felt like it was longer before. All right.
If you like the sound of that and you just want to hear it again, then just say that.
I really didn't. It's my bad. I'm sorry. Let's get to the news. We're in the sunken place, of course, as usual. 5 days ago, Dex's president, Donald Trump, sent out this surprising tweet to the people he served saying, Tonight,
Flotus and I tested positive for COVID-19. We were so positive that the doctors had to retest us again. That's how positive we were, folks. You've never seen more positivity. We will begin our quarantine and recovery process immediately. We will get through this together because we are Americans, not Americant, and we can make America great again. Thank you, folks. God bless America and no place else.
all right, I guess I don't need to play this video then. So we'll just move right along. That's basically what he said in this video. The first couple of days he spent in the hospital were glorious. He was quiet, put away in a medical institution where he should be, and largely everything was normal. Of course, there were these staged pictures of the president in an empty boardroom. Like, why are you in an empty boardroom by yourself in the hospital? Signing his name to blank sheets of paper, nothing else on the page. But overall, largely normal behavior. He took a shower, ended up washing that orange stuff off his face, and he gave some updates about himself.
I want to begin by thanking all of the incredible medical professionals, the doctors, the nurses, everybody at Walter Reed Medical Center. I think it's the finest in the world for the incredible job they've been doing. I came here, wasn't feeling so well. I feel much better now. We're working hard to get me all the way back. I have to be back because we still have to make America great again. We've done an awfully good job of that, but we still have steps to go and we have to finish that job. And I'll be back. I think I'll be back soon.
It seems like he knew he would be back soon. And then the craziness started. 3 days ago, after only being in Walter Reed for 2 days, he announced that he needed the dopamine hit of people praising him and made the following
I
statement.
think we're going to pay a little surprise to some of the great patriots that we have out on the street. And they've been out there for a long time, and they've got Trump flags, and they love our country. So I'm not telling anybody but you, but I'm about to make a little surprise visit. So perhaps I'll get there before you get to see me. But I just, when I look at the enthusiasm, and we have enthusiasm like probably nobody's ever had. Our people that love the job we're doing, we have more enthusiasm than maybe anybody. So it's been a very interesting journey. I learned a lot about COVID. I learned it by really going to school. This is the real school. This isn't the let's read the book school. And I get it, and I understand it, and it's a very interesting thing, and I'm going to be letting you know about it. In the meantime, we love the USA, and we love what's happening. Thank you.
We love what's happening.
I just can't.
We love what's happening. So then he got those Secret Servicemen in tow, threw him in the front seat, and had him driven around the streets outside of Walter Reed Medical Center as a king, waving in the back window. Stupid. Oh my gosh, people were pissed. Then if that wasn't crazy enough, out of nowhere he announces that unlike
I will be leaving the great Walter Reed Medical Center today at 6:30 Prime Meridian. I know you all didn't think I knew what the PM stood for, but not in this America. It's Prime Meridian. I'm the smartest one in the world, much smarter than Sleepy Joe, who doesn't even know what school he graduated from or what state he lives in, because it's probably not even a state. And I'm feeling really good. Don't be afraid of COVID, or as I like to call it, the China virus. Don't let it dominate your life. We have developed under the Trump administration some really great drugs and knowledge. I told you earlier, I went to the real school. I feel better than I did 20 years ago when I was only 1,000.
Awesome. How could he possibly feel better than 20 years ago? Probably because he was on more drugs than he's ever been on at one time. Look at all of this stuff they pumped into the president.
I love they threw in that vitamin D, like
Aspirin. Gave him a little
all these
aspirin.
drugs and a vitamin.
If you for the podcast listeners, we'll have Dex try to pronounce all of these.
Well, the only one I care about is that Dex a threesome. That's the only one that's cool for
Dex
me.
a threesome. Okay.
First of all, no. Okay, so it's remdesivir, Regeneron. I knew the remdesivir, dexamethasone, supplemental oxygen, zinc, vitamin D, because you know that orange wears you out when you tan every day. Famotidine, melatonin, because all crackheads stay up for 37 hours a day, so you need him to sleep, and aspirin.
There we go. Thank you for that.
Wait, by the way, the majority of those drugs, less than 10 people in America have ever even had them. So
exactly. And then he walked out front door and got flued back to the White House, snatched that mask off his face. He snatched that thing off, and he took the deepest breath he's ever taken in his life. I had to let it back out of the mouth because that nose is clogged. He can barely move that chest.
That nose ain't clogged. It's the lungs that are clogged.
Seized. That's what they are. Seized up.
Pneumonia.
He's sitting there holding his breath. It was ridiculous. The number one trending topic yesterday was gasping for air on Twitter, and you can absolutely see why. He then made them reshoot his entrance again, and on this shot you can see the pain with each breath he's taken. Good God, that medicine must have worn off because he looks like he's suffering. And why did he reshoot this? Because he had to make this whole G.I. Joe video for his campaign. Check it out.
He wants to be Mussolini. This man wants to be Benito Mussolini so bad.
Did Mussolini like make drone shot videos and stuff too?
My God, Mussolini would have been standing on this balcony, struggling to breathe, waving at the Italians as he castrated them and hung them out in the markets, just like the president is doing. My God, he wants to be a dictator badly.
He then claimed that he did this for us. This is the last bit we got from Trump.
As your leader, I had to do that. I knew there's danger to it, but I had to do it. I stood out front. I led. Nobody that's a leader would not do what I did. And I know there's a risk, there's a danger, but that's okay. And now I'm better, and maybe I'm immune. I don't know. But don't let it dominate your lives. Get out there. Be careful. We have the best medicines in the world, and it all happened very shortly, and they're all getting approved, and the vaccines are coming momentarily. Thank you very much. And Walter Reed, what a group of people. Thank you very much.
Yeah, like he just got out of an amusement park. Like, what the hell is he talking about?
No, sir. They're coming momentarily.
First question, Stun of the Year nominee? I think definitely front runner.
Decade, what are you talking about?
I want to put the staff at Walter Reed also in there because those stunts they pulled circumventing those questions.
Oh my goodness, they was going round the rosy, wasn't they? Pocket full of posies.
I mean, ashes and ashes.
Dex, what was your favorite part? You just giggling.
You know what? I loved it. Like I just thought it was so cool. I mean, like ridiculous, like super ridiculous. But like, in what world does anybody think this stuff is like? I have to think and say, I had to do it. I had to do it. He got out. Oh my God. He first of all, I really don't think he had the coronavirus. The only person who I believe who said that he has it is Claudia Conway, the 15-year-old daughter of Kellyanne Conway.
We're going to get to her a little bit later.
I believe that he may have had it because she said it, but I really don't think he had the coronavirus. It just seems like this looks like a rollout to me. Like it's like
an album rollout, right?
It's definitely a rollout
for 3 days, and then you get in the press and stuff from that, and then you arrive on a helicopter, and then you strut to the step, and then you stand there,
wig blowing back in the wind.
That was an entrance, that was like a movie star entrance type of thing. Like it sucks that he's the president. I'm very fascinated by that.
Did y'all see that Apache lifting up?
his wig was coming off. I do though for Stun of the Year, and I know this probably won't win, but it needs to be nominated. And I think that Joe Biden needs to be nominated for Stunt King of the Year for suspending his negative Trump his Trump ads or whatever while Trump was in the hospital. That was retarded. That was stupid.
Hindsight is 2020, but if Trump had died or something like that would have happened and those ads would have ran, then it would have looked he had no advantage to running them. Like
yes,
Trump being in the hospital was his advertisement enough.
No, not really. Trump got out of the hospital and trampled all over Joe. Trump looks like he literally looked like he grabbed the virus by the neck and strangled it.
Okay, trying to eat your lunch. That's fine, but it doesn't mean he's going to win the election. That doesn't mean
we thought that
I'm real confident that Trump won't win, and I'm not as confident as everybody else. I think Trump very much can win this election.
Right now are 57 to 42, 16 points.
Yeah, it was like that before. No way Trump is winning, and bam.
Well, Trump's also not out of the woods yet. We have a reminder here of Herman Cain's timeline. Look, just saying. He tested positive on the 2nd of July. He said he was improving by the 10th, kind of like what Trump's doing. Doctor says that he seems happy. Then they say he's really getting better, and then 3 days later he dies. So,
we're not gonna compare Donald Trump to Herman Cain.
I'm not comparing. I'm just saying.
Nobody Herman Cain was sick. No one gave him treatment. No one gave him anything. No one gave.
He didn't get all those medicines. He
didn't get no Dexter 3.
However, Donald Trump is 79,000 years old, morbidly obese, and has a heart condition.
Yeah, and he out survived Herman Cain.
Well, of course he did, because that is simply out of spite. Okay, he out-survived George H.W. Bush because he's like, I bet you I will. And then he out-survived Ruth Bader Ginsburg because she was sitting there like, I can do it. He's like, I bet you can't. I bet you can't. I'll outlive you.
Herman Cain was 74 years old. And Trump killed him.
But Donald Trump is a vampire, so.
Donald Trump's a dirtbag, and dirtbags live there.
Jesus. Speaking of dirtbags, sheeps like to play in dirt as well as pigs. And we'll get to the sheep right here and talk about some of the people around Donald Trump that have been infected. It's a non-updated list. We have to add noted Nazi Stephen Miller, as well as the person responsible for the nuclear football. Like that person who has the codes right now has COVID.
My.
my. So on that list, Donald Trump, Melania Trump, Hope Hicks, Trump's campaign manager, the press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, a couple of White House press staffs. We have senators from Republican states. Chris Christie has it. Like I said, Kellyanne Conway has it. I mean, the pastor of the Harvest Christian Fellowship who attended the nomination. All these people attended the nomination of the Supreme Court nominee, Amy Coney Barrett. One of those who was mentioned as being part of that list, someone we referenced earlier, special counsel to the president, Kellyanne Conjob. Her daughter broke the news first on her TikTok saying, update, my mom has COVID. I'm furious. Wear your mask. Don't listen to our idiot effing president, piece of S, 15-year-old, by the way. Protect yourselves and those around you. So once Kellyanne was put on blast by her daughter, she decided to take to her own Twitter account and say, my daughter Claudia is beautiful and brilliant. She has access to top doctors and healthcare and lives comfortably. Like all of you, she speculates on social media. Yes, she's 15. You are all adults. We have COVID, but it's clear who's really sick. I'm not sure why she's mad at us.
Yeah. What you mad at?
Here's why she's mad.
Your child out there acting a mess.
Because the Simpsons historically have never been wrong. And this may be the thing that Trump tiptoes on out of here with.
Let's see. Kellyanne Conway's daughter, Claudia, told people, I should say, on her TikTok that Kellyanne had given her COVID and lied to her, saying that she took negative tests. Apparently, that was found not to be true. Kellyanne convinced her daughter that that's not at all what happened, and that it was simply just a misunderstanding because Kellyanne took multiple tests that day.
Do it now. You say correct.
I am. I'm doing it right now.
My mom had 3 tests.
I'm doing it right now.
Do it now. Tested immediately.
Mom, I didn't. I guess I misinterpreted it.
You guess you misinterpreted it.
Yeah, you said it was negative. So I spent the day with you.
Send me. I got that.
What?
You've caused so much disruption.
Disruption?
You lied about your fucking mother about COVID?
No, Mom.
About COVID?
It's how I interpreted
it. You're taping me again?
What?
Oh, did you see that face?
So she was being recorded.
Now we see why Kellyanne Conway is 56 years old and looks like she's
wearing her out. Daughter is wearing her out. Bill, did you love that? They're going to get a TV deal. You know they're going to get one. That's all.
They have to.
I love to see Kellyanne Conjob on TV. Like all that cussing she just did, baby. She be getting on this CNN like, hey, no, baby, give us that cussing. That's what we want.
That's what you want.
That's what we want.
That's good TV.
That's how listen. It sells.
Well, also someone that we did not mention throughout all of this, not on the list, was Rudy Giuliani, the president's personal lawyer. He took to Fox News to speak about the president. Here's a clip.
The scientists say it's okay. He is going.
We have more from the interview with Rudy Giuliani here.
Everybody questions the polls, but pretty consistently.
That hand is great.
Again, he says that he has tested negative. He's lucky, he says. He's one of the lucky ones.
Rudy is one of the lucky ones because he's up there doing interviews when he could have been dead, sleeping in his grave.
The scientists say it's okay. He is going.
Can we discuss how gray his hand actually? Like his hand is actually a different color from his face. Can we talk about that at all?
But it's gray. Why is it gray?
Dead, man.
How did it become gray?
We also had Mitch McConnell get a little testy, Bill's boy, when asked about whether or not he's been tested recently.
Have you been tested today? Have you been tested since Saturday when you were at, I believe you were at the White House?
Yeah, what we're doing in the Senate is following the CDC guidelines we have since May, when the Senate went back into session after being out for about 5 weeks when we were all sent home all over the country. And we're following the CDC guidelines. If you watch this, we've got our mask on, we practice social distancing, we've got a few members in quarantine at various times, but we've been able to function. With regard to specific questions about who's done what when, I can assure you that we are practicing all of the CDC guidelines in the Senate, all of them, and have been since the 1st of May.
So that doesn't answer the question about you.
I am answering your question. We are following the CDC guidelines. I'm not going to go into have I ever been tested yet?
Well, have you been tested?
I'm not going to answer questions about when. We are following the guidelines.
Following the CDC guidelines.
Listen, I won't get into it with you. We're hanging niggles, and that's it.
COVID.
What is that?
We're not going back to that. We're not going back to that. Moving on. Today, Trump also announced that he would be rejecting.
Nancy Pelosi is asking for 2.4 trillion. Y'all stop. I'm trying to. Nancy Pelosi is asking for $2.4 trillion to bail out poorly run, high crime Democrat states like Delaware, which isn't even really a state, money that is in no way related to the China virus, COVID-19. We made a very generous offer of $1.6 trillion. And as usual, she is not negotiating in good faith. I am rejecting their request. And I'm looking forward to the future of our country. Make America great again. I have instructed my representatives, that's me, myself, and I, to stop negotiating until after the election, when immediately after I win, because I will win like I beat Crooked Hillary and Sleepy Chuck, and I'll beat Sleepy Joe. We will pass a major stimulus.
Trying to get air in there for the corona? Was that little just sucking some air in the lungs?
I am probably immune to COVID, not like you poor blacks. You all die, I live. The end. Stimulus bill that focuses on hard-working Americans, not the Mexicans, because they're rapists. We're building a wall, not the blacks, because they're poor. Not the Puerto Ricans, because they're torn up from the hurricane, but all Christian white evangelical males. Small business, I have asked, make America great again.
We're all done. We're done. Let's Then immediately after that, CNBC tweeted that the Fed chair is asking for more help from Congress to get money because Trump already said he wasn't doing it.
It's true.
And it said there is a low risk of overdoing it. And then Trump retweets it and says true. So he has no idea what the hell he's even saying. Like, he is zooted. He is out here drugged up. One hand, he says he's not doing anything. On the second hand, he's saying, we could just give them as much money as they need. What the hell are you talking about? It's ridiculous. Then all this came to a head today when crony Mike Pence went back on his initial agreement of having plexiglass around him at the debates, saying that he will no longer have plexiglass surrounding him, and that whoever's in the crowd will just have to be there and be exposed to him if he has COVID. Kamala will still have a fence around her.
Wait, you said what?
Jesus be a fence.
My.
He's not going to have plexiglass around him.
The people in the grocery store got plexiglass around them. You can't put no plexiglass up. What the fuck is he?
Listen, this COVID is really like chlamydia. Like they're like out calling everybody they've been in contact with. Like, listen, do you have it? No, I've got it. I tested negative. You got it? Yeah, I got it.
No, I don't. Will, I have to disagree with that because Chris Christie said he found out that Hope Hicks had it on the media. Like Chris Christie was meeting and found out somebody else had. They didn't call him.
They do not. They have no respect for Chris Christie, and we know it. Like they don't care about him at all.
At all.
Like he could be dead, and they really wouldn't even report it.
It's a mess. Like I don't know what the hell's going on in these people's minds. It seems like everyone is just being as stupid as possible, and it's almost like they don't want to win at this point. But at this point, the people who are following them don't care. Like they really don't. They don't care. They could do whatever they want, and say he already said we're not. He basically said we're not giving you money. We are going to put this Supreme Court justice in, and that's what we're going to focus on. Even though I was just in the hospital with COVID, and I got the best treatment in the world for my $750 that I paid.
But he still has COVID. Let's stop for it. He still has COVID.
Absolutely,
like he still has it. Okay, he doesn't. It's not gone. He still has it. Okay, he still is infected. He is currently the gift that keeps on giving. Like. He is currently infected. He can't breathe. He's morbidly obese. He has a heart condition. His lungs are black with Rudy Giuliani's vampire dust.
You call him Drooly Giuliani? I like that.
Yeah.
Drooly Giuliani. I like that. Very, very.
I'm always here with a nickname.
All right. I think we're done talking about Trump for the week. It's been a hell of a week.
If we get on steroids, like if we get on roids, like we're gonna be going hard.
That's another thing. Like he says that Joe's on performance enhancing drugs. Like that was his whole thing before the last debates. Oh, Joe's on performance PEDs. Trump is literally on steroids. Like the mother of all PEDs.
I bet you he wants to know about taking a drug test now.
He's literally on the juice and wants to like talk about other people. Like, oh, I feel great. Yeah, you do feel great when you're on the juice, but you're gonna come down.
Absolutely, very soon. All right, let's move on to Breonna Taylor. There has also, once again, for like the fourth straight week, been a little bit of movement on the Breonna Taylor front. Courtesy of Bro Talk Live, we have this video of Megan Thee Stallion having a moment on SNL where she called out Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron for his lack of justice for Breonna Taylor.
Daniel Cameron is no different than the sellout Negroes that sold our people into slavery by savages.
He did not like that, so he took his talents to Fox News and decided, took his talents to Fox News and decided to talk about the situation.
Attorney General?
Well, let me just say I agree that we need to love and protect our black women. There's no question about that. But the fact that someone would get on national television and make disparaging comments about me because I'm simply trying to do my job is disgusting. But it's not the first time we see this, and it certainly won't be the last time we see this. At the end of the day, my responsibility is to provide facts and truth and represent and stand up for justice. I think what you saw there in that display is someone who instead wants to fashion facts to a narrative. That narrative is simply not true in this particular case with Ms. Taylor. Again, it is a tragedy what happened to her. But what you saw on the screen there and what your viewers saw is something that I've had to experience because I'm a black Republican, because I stand up for truth and justice.
Oh, do you think it was important for Megan to make this statement, or was it out of line? That was my Daniel Cameron.
He replayed it.
It bothers me that he is so ugly. Like you're getting on television, and like that's the haircut you choose to present to the nation. Ugh. Exactly. He's so ugly. It really bothers me that he's that ugly. Like you're so ugly, and you have the audacity. And also, why are you addressing Megan Thee Stallion? If I'm there, if I'm him, and they're like, "What did you think about this?" I would say, like, let's just talk about something that makes a little bit more sense and like relevant to me right now.
News loves to do that. Like they love to bring up Cardi B. They love to bring up all these female rappers that are out here talking about social. They love doing that. Even rappers in general. Because remember that Cameron interview with Bill O'Reilly? Like they love coming at rappers for what they say in music or something like that.
With Daniel Cameron, a better question, if he was sitting here on Bro Talk Live, I would ask him, obviously, who's his barber. But also, I would ask him, what do you think about those people who are currently sitting on your lawn protesting for Breonna Taylor? What do you think about that? Like, that's a more accurate question that I think he should actually be answering because that directly affects him.
Here's the thing. I know I've had radical views because I do.
Okay, as long as you know.
The radical left.
The radical left.
Oh, they're radical, but they're definitely not left. I'm more radical like John Brown and Peter. Like people like this people who obstruct justice on purpose should be hanged at high noon.
Oh God.
Stoned, have their bowels cut from them and burned in front of their faces like the witches in Salem.
Jason, I have a question for you, Jason, real quick. When he was watching SNL and Megan Thee Stallion got up there and started performing, what do you think his face was like?
It's not unusual to be low.
He was so hurt.
Honey, do you see this?
I've been trying to protect black women.
Who's that thug on the TV talking about you, honey?
And Mitch McConnell got on that phone and said, "Listen, don't you even worry. We've got it covered over here."
We checked with the CDC.
I got a question.
All right, Bill.
What it do? It is time for Q&A. I don't know if we're even on quarantine anymore because the president's got COVID and he's out and about, tipping and dipping, sniggling and giggling, lollygagging and carrying on. So
and dollygaggling.
And I mean, at this point. All right, we've got morning routines.
Well, that's about you. You know it's about you.
Dipping.
We might as well do that one now.
My mind. We don't even need to raise these. Let's find out if Pastor's tipping and dipping.
Let's find out if Pastor's tipping and dipping.
My. I recently caught my pastor in line at Chipotle with a woman who is not his wife.
Ooh.
They weren't showing PDA, but he did pay for their meal to get. This is boring.
Oh.
My first inclination was to say, "Hey, Pastor," super loud, but I honestly didn't want to be involved if there's an affair going on. On the other hand, he could have been having a meeting with someone or feeding the needy. I have never seen this woman in church before. Now, I'm unsure whether I should report this to the first lady or mind my business and assume that my pastor may be a lying, cheating dog. If I don't get clarity, my conviction may force me out of a church that I love. What should I do? Please.
William, this gotta be one of your friends.
This definitely can't be one of my friends because all of my friends are heavy on the mind their business.
Well, two things real quick. One, he was paying for her meal because he wanted to get the points on his Chipotle app. That's why he paid for her meal. Two, if you didn't take a picture of the pastor and this person together, then you don't have any business to tell.
First of all, you need to mind your business because it could be somebody he's actually praying for and performing ministry for. Yeah. Here you are about to run somebody away that probably people get confused because everybody don't go to their church. You so caught up in what your pastor is doing. What about what you doing?
Here we go. I knew you were going there.
You knew it. The Bible, I'm going to tell you very specifically, the Bible declares unto us to mind your own affairs. My God, today. Baby, maybe you should take more time to mind your own business instead of what your pastor is doing, and pray for him because he has rule over your soul. He ain't just preaching to you on Sunday. He's checking for your eternity. So stop checking for what he's doing and make sure you're living right.
That last comment was it.
And spoken by someone who advises pastors and aims to protect them at all costs.
That last comment that you just put up, Jason, that was it. I think that kind of sums everything up.
If I'm not dating the married pastor, I'm sure not going to Chipotle dates.
That's it. That man's not cheating on nobody at Chipotle.
My.
Listen, even if he was, past could be big pimping and spending G's. None of your business.
And it's none of your business. Watch this. Watch
you didn't see anything.
When David danced out of his clothes, guess what? The people around him stood by him until he got himself together. So much so that nobody even knew David was out of his clothes. You all need to start minding your business and covering and sanctifying your leaders before the people that way, because your leaders have to go through so they can get your tail delivered.
Also,
do you think that the person should, like Dion said, was spoken to him in Chipotle and let the pastor's reaction tell the story?
Yeah, you should have spoken to him in Chipotle, because then he probably would have bought your food too. Now you out there.
Exactly. Now you poor and hungry. You hungry for next week? Fast, baby. Turn your plate down and open up your Bible. Next.
I know the next one I want to
do. Parishioner like that. What were you going to say?
I know the next one. You got to go back to the thing to show the different topics. I know which one I want to see.
It? Okay. Here we go.
It's the last one. Mind your business. Tree boy seems interesting.
Oh, this sounds nasty. Ty, you wrote this?
What?
Your tree person came and cut down your trees and was minding your business?
Listen, just play it.
Wait, Jason, is it good? If it's not good, you can go.
Not really.
We don't even have time for it.
I mean, we'll see. We can do it. That's the only one. That's the most interesting one left. Put it that way.
Let me be clear. Yeah. I don't have an issue with veganism or vegan people or whatever. That means you definitely have an issue with vegan people.
Veganism.
Okay. You definitely have the issue. Me and my ex have a son together. We tried to be together for the sake of him for about 5 years. We never married. But it didn't work out. When we decided to call it quits, we ended it amicably. We went 50-50 on custody, and I live a little under an hour away from each other. What? And we live
a little under an hour away.
A little under an hour away from each other, with the promise we would keep it that way. My ex's new boyfriend is a vegan. He has since convinced her to also be vegan, and as a result, our son eats vegan at her house as well. I don't mind as long as he gets properly fed. However, it should be semicolon, however, comma. Oh. He is less than happy about it. He is 10 now, and is his own little man, and he likes meat like his dad, which has led to an awkward situation where he actively favors me.
Hold up, Dad, you was laughing because Dad likes meats.
The way he said that, he likes meat like his dad. Okay, big guy.
And tells his mother he does not want to go to her for the week. Also, he really dislikes her boyfriend and calls him weird. She has since been trying to get me to also put him on that vegan diet at my place to equalize it. Of course, I rejected it, and this has led to the first argument in years. Oddly enough, her boyfriend also felt the need to add his opinion in the mix, which I told him to mind his damn business, which tossed more oil on the fire. My fiance never gets involved in stuff between me and my ex where it concerns our son. Who's wrong?
No, this man is not wrong. If the kid is telling you that they don't like this and you're trying to change this kid's diet up, I think there are certain things like you don't eat meat over here, but the kid's not going to be a vegan. Like when he comes over to my house, he's gonna eat what I have because I'm not going to go out and buy all this stuff that I don't eat on my own. Like really, I don't really understand why this is a conversation.
Apparently, it's not.
What it sounds like.
He dismissed the boyfriend, so from the conversation.
What it sounds like is you're afraid of the boyfriend.
He told the man to mind his business.
Yeah, he didn't actually tell the man. He wouldn't be writing. If he told the man to mind his business, he wouldn't be writing our show.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Beyonce.
Them vegans be doing yoga and karate and capoeira and all that. So he might whoop his ass if he try it. He might.
Vegans be doing karate.
them vegans be doing all type of stuff, stretching and yoga and all that.
You notice he said my fiance minds her business because she really is scared. She knows that ex.
Right. Yeah, she does.
That ex is terrified. That boyfriend terrified of his ass.
So who's wrong? Do we have an answer for that person? I think
everybody's wrong because what y'all are doing, y'all are pitting the child against each parent. Like, so when he's at mom's house, he's like, I don't like dad's new fiance. All we do is eat well done steaks. And when he gets over to dad's house, her boyfriend's a weirdo. He does judo and karate.
Judo.
I don't like it. And all they do is eat like rabbits. And so now y'all arguing. This little boy is playing y'all against each other because he doesn't want to be on virtual school. What y'all need to do is make okay.
That's what it comes down to. The virtual school.
He's his own little man.
He trying to get over.
That's what it is. He's either trying to get over or you scared of the new boyfriend. Because otherwise, go put blood in his mouth. How he telling you what to do with your son?
Gee, we gonna fight the man just because he decided that, just because he asked about your son being vegan?
Why are you asking?
Really seriously though, like it's like a lifestyle for them, and they genuinely expect everyone around them to live that same life.
Everybody,
yeah,
they want you.
But when that
cow's milk, is that a mocha with dairy?
But if the boyfriend leaves, the ex-wife or ex-fiance or whatever she is, she's gonna go back to eating meat too. She's only doing it to keep that man around.
She's only doing it to keep eating meat.
That's the truth.
Right,
she still was eating them steakums when y'all was together, wasn't it?
Bill, do you want to tell them where they can go?
Absolutely. If your life is in shambles, without too many details, only the good stuff, do email us at brotalklive.com/questions. We have an answer for you.
Well, y'all
Jason and Company. Jason and Company. Yo.
Ty, you love it every week. It's the best song in the world.
I hate it every week.
What you saying, Dex? We on a roll? Is that what you were saying?
Them boys is moving today, time wise. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off this time, Dex. It was
usually it'd be 11 o'clock. We'd be getting the jizz income. Jason.
Okay, jizz.
My.
There we go.
Jizz on Jason. We don't know what it's called.
No idea. Time for the vids. We don't actually have a vid to start this. I just didn't delete that graphic. Better relationship material. Dex wanted to talk about this, so we're going to talk about it really quickly. SZA apparently has responded and confirmed that her and Drake used to date apparently back in 2009. Very strange. I did not know that. No one knew that. It was just thrown out there. Guess they were running in the same circles. But a point was brought up by some people on Twitter saying Drake legit never has any women coming back for seconds. No woman that he's been with ever claims him. It's very embarrassing. Drake fumbles Serena Williams, Rihanna, Jennifer Lopez, and SZA. My God. It's a point. It's a point there.
Also his son. Let's add that to the list of people he fumbled.
Also who?
His son.
Come on. And then we have Mariah Carey, who has said that she did not have relations or any physical intimacy with her billionaire husband, James Packard, who she decided to sue for wasting her time back in 2018 or something like that. They never had an intimate relationship, but she did have an intimate relationship with Derek Jeter, who also is now no longer with her. So, better relationship material, Drake or Mariah Carey?
Mariah Carey.
It's like nobody can get away with that. Like you gave this man nothing. He gave her like a $10 million wedding ring, which she kept. Then she turned around and sued the man. Like, what did you get out of this relationship with Mariah Carey? A headache.
A flat ass.
Yeah, but
I
think about it.
Like romantic relationship with Mariah Carey, and she blocked me 3 times.
You weren't trying to have a romantic relationship. You were harassing Mariah Carey at the Barack Obama.
I was not harassing that voiceless creature.
Wait, you were trying to have a relationship with Mariah Carey?
No, I was not.
Oh, because
it's very strange. And she did keep the ring as well.
It is strange. Because I'm blocked again, and she's single as a dollar bill with no.
Is it not strange that no one that like Drake has dated has ever come back to try to get with him? Like, not
No,
even his
no.
baby mom.
Maybe he's an asshole.
Drake is moist. No, he's not an asshole. He's moist. That's the problem.
I never really knew what that meant.
It means if you ever took have you ever shaken the hand of somebody with a moist palm and you're just like,
Oh, I hate it.
That's
Did
Drake.
You know that My All song by Mariah Carey was about Derek Jeter? That was surprising to me.
What song?
My All. I was like, if I was Derek Jeter, I would tell everybody that. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's one of the greatest ballads of all time. It's about me. Like, are you kidding me?
Okay. I didn't know that. Wait a minute. Bro Live just remarked that Drake and OBJ are still friends.
We're not getting there. More concerning. We're not diving.
My.
You're not going there. We are moving, and I'm shielding all of you from embarrassment. More concerning, the Shade Room is reporting, breaking news exclusive, that Tekashi 6ix9ine was in the hospital due to a caffeine and hydroxycut overdose.
No thanks.
Apparently, he took 2 hydroxycut pills instead of 1 because he was trying to lose a little extra weight that day, and it caused him to sweat excessively while in front of his computer. He was also drinking a McDonald's coffee, which kicked his overdose reaction into gear. He's trying to lose a bunch of weight. He said he gained 50 pounds while in prison, and he is trying to work that off.
It might have been the lace front that made him sweat incessantly.
Aren't you supposed to get in great shape though when you're in jail? What was you in there doing? Eating? What were you eating?
That jail food.
Everybody I know comes out of jail in better shape, and you gained.
Yeah, you're supposed to be vegan in jail. What you eat, meat?
Would you eat meat? Was that more concerning than Dex's boy Andrew Caldwell serving his greens?
Happy Sunday. Okay, so we are washing the greens. You see how clear this is? I washed it 4 times. Yes, sis. Y'all see? Hallelujah. Who's coming over? Who's coming over for dinner? Oh, I did use soap. You want me to see? Okay. All right. So I put a little dab in there. All right. Little Dawn detergent. Okay. I can wash it again.
Do you wash your greens in Dawn soap, Bill?
In soap? Who's we have lead poisoning right now? You know, he's out here spraying oil sheen on croissants that has been in his house for a month. He's out here washing greens in dishwashing liquid. Are you kidding?
When Dex posted that, people were on there saying that they do that.
No,
Yeah,
you were not.
It was more than one person that said that they do that.
It was
You
like,
were-
that's what my grandma told me to do it. I've never seen that before.
No. You were supposed to take those greens and fill up that sink with some water and then get them greens up under some vinegar. You ain't.
That's what I heard. Washing them in vinegar. I've never heard of washing them in Dawn soap. Is Dawn soap edible or something?
No way Dawn soap is edible. Are you kidding
The
me?
only
No.
thing you were supposed to wash in Dawn soap is those little ducks that got all that oil on them when BP spilled all that fuel in the daggone Louisiana.
Not the duck.
Doing?
You know what I'm saying? It must have been a slow week. It was you have no idea, Dion, how hard it was. All we had was Trump. That was it.
Y'all don't want all that politics.
Everything you get is bonus from Trump.
Dominated the news this week. It was like Trump and more Trump. Like he really took over.
Like, are you actually washing food with soap? With
I've never seen that before ever in my life.
Also in the
dishwashing liquid
too. Like you put them in the sink. Like why don't you put them in like a pot to clean them? And like why
when you clean,
then he's doing all that washing just to be spitting all on top of the food.
When you clean a certain amount of greens, when you clean, like when you cooking for Thanksgiving and like the whole family's coming over and you got like 40 pounds of greens, all right, you gonna clear out the sink, clean the sink with dishwashing liquid, and sanitize the sink and leave it so that sanitize can set in and work. And then a day later, you're gonna come back and you fill up the sink with nothing but water.
They ain't doing all that. They are not doing all
that. They're gonna wash the sink at the same time they're washing them greens.
My mind.
All right.
We're gonna take that dirty ass dish towel and wash that sink.
Harder to beat. We have sports, which you guys are all experts at. I know Ty is
listen
an absolute expert at sports. So the first one we have is here. A guy decides to move the ball after the referees turn their back. Here we go. You look at him. You see him. You see him. You see him.
Eagles player, by the way.
Eagles
Shocking.
player.
Very shocking.
See that little foot tap? That little foot tap was very slick.
It wasn't little.
Ooh, Ty. The people want to know why you don't have a backdrop. They hate you.
Oh,
I have 4 degrees in my background.
Oh, that's Gina too, Ty. She coming at you.
No, he's gonna come to us. Watch.
My backdrop is my office.
Pay homage to the first place team, they said, for the Eagles.
Oh, wait a minute. Vance, let me explain something to you. You're only in first place because you lost the least amount of games.
Straighten them out.
You have a tie on your record.
Straighten them out.
If that's not an ode to mediocrity, I don't know what is. By the way, America's team still has more fans than any other team in the NFL. We still
can't go to the game.
More money than any other team in the NFL, and we are, according to Forbes, the most valuable sports franchise in history, worth $5 billion, billion and billions and billions of dollars.
That just means you can't afford it. Y'all haven't won a title in 27 years.
Excuse me. We have 5 of them. We don't have to win another one.
They won the 5th one since 1993.
We don't have to win another one. We won 2 of them back to back, and the first team to have 5. We don't have to win another one. You're welcome.
Was that harder to beat than this 10-year-old? So it's hard to beat a cheating Eagles player or a 6'5"
boy. I feel like this boy should have been on Maury.
He should have been eating the food.
Murray, I do what I want to do, Murray.
For breakfast, I have 6 eggs, 12 packs of bacon.
That's what ditch over your dreams will do to you.
He was so
plays football now.
He was so damn lazy though. Like he wasn't doing nothing but lazy.
I love the comment at the front that says, "Just throw it."
But wait a minute, Dex is on something. This little boy is lazy. They snapped the ball. He didn't even move. He just looked like.
Because he's big as hell. He should be an offensive lineman in the NFL right now. And he's playing wide receiver in the 10-year-old league. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? Sorry, 15-year-old. He's right. It's not 10-year-old. It's 15.
I saw somebody say, get Dex off the field. I'm actually, this is the second thing. Jason, when you started the show off, you said today was National what day?
National Plus Size Appreciation Day.
I'm actually in the running for looking for 2 groomsmen for my upcoming wedding. So if you guys want to be a groomsman for my wedding, please apply because I'm kicking 2 out tonight.
Vance,
that's you. I'm actually still recovering from Jason's wedding.
Speaking of Jason's wedding, who looks more ridiculous? This is a funeral, and mother is going through it. singing though. Doing the whole singing.
Listen here. You know them babies are Baptists, okay? They're not used to the Holy Ghost.
It's crazy because when I first saw it, my initial thought was, "Why are you recording her? She's not even doing anything." But she knew the auntie was gonna act the fool. She knew it. She knew it was coming.
The caption was, "My grandmother does this at every funeral."
You know they Baptists. This happens every day in the Yes Lord Church. They Baptists for sure. They smoke cigarettes after church. They drinking during service. They going outside and cussing. They slitting people's throats in. They Baptists for sure.
Well, I'm Baptist.
I know.
I can't take Latoya. I can't take Latoya.
She's ridiculous. Toya's ridiculous.
Y'all got to usher her out. Definitely got to take her out of the premises and get her the help she needs. But did she look more ridiculous than the mayor of Chicago this weekend? Rona Destroyers.
Listen, Aunt's Cool is sitting up there looking like Mermaid Man.
That's my brother. She looks like Mermaid Man.
Wait, so when I be getting dressed up for Bro Talk Halloween, is this how y'all be looking at me?
Exactly.
Because that is right up my alley. You know I would do that.
Rona Destroyers.
I am so weak behind Aunt's Cool looking like this.
Things in the news that people say were foolish that Dex said he would definitely do.
Oh my goodness. That was very straight. So who looked more ridiculous? Mother at the funeral or Hamburglar?
Funeral mom sure still got it. Like she must have hurt her neck.
Except if you think about it though, I mean, it's Chicago, so it's not really that expected. You don't expect too much from Chicago, but like it's Chicago, and it's like at some point she had to get in her car with that mess on like that. Like that, I'm telling you, get in your car with a Halloween costume, you realize how stupid you really look. I've done it on multiple occasions. Like it's
y'all. Could you imagine her getting in that car and looking like Mermaid Man tomorrow? I'm gonna kill him this year.
And what are you gonna kill? The Corona. Oh my goodness. How nasty was that? Do you think it was effective?
That's
effective for what?
What you trying to do?
Tell people to use Clorox wipes and hand sanitizer.
Well, it left Chicago and went to Washington and jumped up Donald Trump's ass.
Yeah, it sure did. It navigated its way out. All right, that was Jason and Company for the week. Speaking of ridiculous. All right, Dex, who was it?
You
was
think
Brett
I'm
Dickman.
I know I'm sexy.
No, that's not that Will. That's Shawn Michaels.
So
that was Bret Hitman Hart. All right.
Showing that he's not a fan. Good job, Dex.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dex's BS report time. So the way this works, I tell 3 stories. 2 of these stories are true. One of these stories is 100% false. All right. So for those of you who like to sage your homes when you're trying to cleanse it, you might want to be careful. Because of the coronavirus, people have now been getting sage materials from hay imported from China. A pastor, Jamal Bryan, has said that I'm sorry?
Jesus Christ.
A pastor?
Pastor Jamal Bryan has said that if you are doing this, you are inviting spirits, demons, and demonic energy into your home. There's a zoo. There's a zoo that removed a group of parrots because they could not stop cursing at their visitors. And then finally, there's a big conspiracy theory going around and some petitions asking to get this TV show, The Masked Singer, pulled off of TV. The reason behind this is because in January of 2019, The Masked Singer debuted. And what the concept of the show is that people come out, they perform with a different mask over their face. Well, what they're saying is The Masked Singer was put out there by the United States government to get us prepared to wear masks like 24/7. And then 2020 comes around, the coronavirus comes, and we're wearing masks 24/7. All right, guys, what's true? What's a lie?
That last
The last one's a lie.
because the masks don't even go over their mouth.
I'm not going with the last one. What was story number 1 and number 2 again?
Story
number 1 was Jamal Bryant saying Sage brings demons into your house. And what was story number 2?
Story number 2 was the parrots cursing at people at the zoo.
Because it sounds so plausible, it's something that Jamal would say. I'm going with story number 1 might be the lie.
I know a lot of people that feel that way about Sage, like that that are like Christian.
I do
like,
too. That's why I'm going with story number 1.
I'm not surprised by that at all. So I'm going with 3. It's the BS.
3 is the lie. And will you say 1 is the lie? And says the parrot is the lie. All right, good. We got people all over the board. The lie is actually the Sage story. Yes, Jamal Bryant did say it's demonic, all that stuff like that, but they're not getting hate from China. I just made that up. All right, guys, that is Dex's BS
technicality. See,
by the way, detail in the back. We didn't even listen to that.
By the way, I also won last week's story as well. You all
did. You did.
You won. What did you get?
Absolutely.
Okay. Dex took me to Chipotle.
Yeah. No, Will, you the pastor. You took me to Chipotle.
Okay.
All right, it is time for seats.
It's time for seats, and how this works is I ask them if they have seats, and they say no, they forgot, and our segment ends really quickly.
Oh, that's so nasty.
Well, that's the job that you wanted because you were tired of reading in Q&A. So I decided to give you something a little.
Yeah, but you still have to have seats. Do you have one?
Who else wants to go first?
William.
So actually, I do have a seat. And my first seat, my seat is actually going to go to the United States Department of Defense. And I know y'all are not going to understand it. I do have battle buddies that are watching that I serve with that are watching. And so this is for you all. The Department of Defense. What?
This is for the civilians. Go ahead, William.
You'll be all right. The Department of Defense is changing the United States uniform. I have 2 seats tonight. They're changing our uniforms again.
What they gonna look like? They look like zebra stripes?
No, they're going to be So they're going to be the same that we have now, just a little lighter, so that people can see our rank structure and our names. The issue I have, and the reason I'm giving them a seat, is because why does the United States Army have the same exact uniforms that the United States Chair Force has and the Space Force have? The Space Force don't even do nothing.
Why does the Space Force have camouflage? Are you talking about the camouflage?
Yes.
Why would the Space Force have camouflage and it's not even woods in space?
Well, you don't know what's up. You don't know what's up there.
You do. You know what ain't up there. You know what ain't up there. Ain't no damn trees up there.
Ain't no trees up there. Damn, ain't no trees.
Because when they go to the stores, they need to get their discount just like everybody else.
And my second seat is for the people of Atlanta. Y'all are walking around with no masks, living like life is just grand and wonderful. Like
living la vida loca.
Can y'all put masks on?
Well, they're in a state run by Republican Brian Kemp, which you guys ridiculed Stacey Abrams for not winning, which I, just for the record, thought that she was robbed and she rightfully should be the governor of Georgia. But neither here nor there. That is why Atlanta is like it is. So there. And Dex, do you have a seat?
I'll be really quick with it without giving up too much like personal information. But and I'm not sick, but I had to take a COVID test recently, and on last Friday, and I was told that I would get the results back in 2 days. I didn't get the results back in 2 days, so I called today and I was like, "Hey, I didn't get my results back, and I really need it before the end of this week." And the woman on the phone said, "Well, sometimes they take 2 to 10 days." I said, "Yes, but I was told that I would get mine expedited because I need it for a specific purpose." And the woman said, "Well, I told you it's 2 to 10 days," and hung up the phone. Mind you, I was on hold for 30 minutes. Like it was It's just a lot. And I just feel like if you're working in the health space and you're doing these kind of things, like, and people need these things expedited and stuff, and they're calling you, I get that it's frustrating, but it's literally your job to make sure people are okay and you don't hang the phone up in their face.
The scientists say it's okay. He is going.
I don't have the coronavirus. If I did, then they would have called me, and they didn't call me or send me my negative results.
Everybody questions the polls, but pretty consistently.
I love how she didn't even acknowledge it. He called because I would have been like, ooh. I'm not letting near your cough slide. Jason, do you have anything?
I was gonna give a seat to this. So guys, don't do this to me. So we brought Bella a fish. My daughter Bella a fish, right? And so we bought her a fish. Huh?
You killed it?
You know he killed it.
You ate fish yesterday, didn't you?
You know he killed it. Jason.
That fish didn't last a week.
It didn't last a night. It died. We got the fish at like 7 o'clock the night before. It was dead by 7 a.m. the next morning. So we got a new fish, and the fish is now here. He's been living for 48 hours now in our care. So we are very proud of the progression.
I want you to know that I'm calling PETA on you. I've had enough of your animal cruelty. You've thrown out birds. You've killed little ducklings. You've killed, like, you have got to go. You got to go. You done moved.
I didn't kill the fish. The circumstances killed the fish.
What were the circumstances?
Well, we didn't. Our water was off, so we have like really bad, like hard water here where we live, and so the water didn't have the correct bacteria for that fish to survive. So I didn't notice the fish. Like, we first got the fish.
Ain't that a good lie, y'all? Ain't that a good one?
You couldn't pour a bottle of water in there?
No, it can't be. No, it's not like that. You have to have like a
fish in the
special,
most painful way
fish stuff
possible.
that you put in to prime
Here's
the water.
thing, though, Jason. Before the fish even enters the water, you're supposed to take it in a little baggie and dip him in the water while he's in his own water in the bag.
Yeah, I didn't know that
so
either.
that he gets accustomed.
We knew that the next time around. We didn't know that the first time. We didn't know that.
The fish?
Huh?
Did she get to name the fish?
Yeah, she did name the fish. The fish's name was Guppy. The fish is
he gupped all right.
So we showed her how to flush it down the toilet and everything. Of course, she lost her mind and
wait.
She's 2 years old. Like, she's almost 3. She needs to know about,
fish dying. She needs to know about fish dying.
So yeah, so we said, so I woke her up. She kind of woke up late. It was a Saturday morning. She woke up late. And my wife had told me earlier in the morning, she was like, Guppy didn't make it. I said, what? He didn't make it?
No, you.
She said, yeah, no, he didn't make it. And so she woke up at like 10. So I was sitting on that secret for like 2 hours. Then when she woke up, she was kind of sleepy. And I was like, hey, Bella. I was like, so just so you know, Guppy's in heaven. And she was like, Guppy's in heaven? I said, yeah, Guppy's in heaven.
Just lying to that baby.
I said, Guppy's in heaven. I said, do you want to see him? She was like, yeah. So I showed it to him. She was like, oh, he's asleep. I said, no, he's not asleep, baby. He's not asleep. And so I picked him up with the net. And I was like, you see, he's not moving, right? She was like, yeah. And so then we walked into the bathroom and I put him in the toilet and she just lost it. She's like, oh my God.
She traumatized her. Like, what a decent father would have done.
We'll replace that thing.
We'll replace that fish before that baby woke up.
I know. I would have had that fish replaced.
It was, well, we waited a week because we wanted to get a big tank. We only had like a little 1 gallon tank. So we got a big 10-gallon tank and we wanted to treat the water, make sure the water was good the next time. So it's not like we could have hit it and just got another fish and just killed the next fish.
You killed that.
I would have been killing the fish every day until I set up that new tank.
You're right,
baby. And I'm not gonna flush the thing down the toilet in front of her.
Not in front of her. Absolutely not. I would have replaced that fish so fast, she wouldn't have known the difference. Yep, that sure is Guppy. There you go.
Jason's kid is gonna be that kid in school that be like, when people are like, where the babies come from? His kids will be like, parents fucking.
100%.
Like a vagina.
100%. Not a vagina. Not a vagina. It was very sad. So yeah, pray for Bella. But she has a new fish and she's named him Guppy too. So Guppy is now living well and we good.
Yeah, as long as they keep you away from it.
So my seat's going to go to the entire Petco store.
Oh, not you.
No, Petco. They didn't tell me
Murderer.
that I needed to do all that when I bought
We
the
gave
fish.
you them little directions that came with it.
No, we didn't get no directions. All we got was a little baggie and a tag to give the damn person to ring us up. We didn't get no.
Jason walked in that house and was like, "Not me, but Barabbas."
Look, Jason, they didn't give me no directions or nothing like that. Guppy must have been a goldfish.
Well, she is a goldfish, but she was like a $9 goldfish. Like she was one of those good goldfish.
Mm-hmm.
And you done killed off a good goldfish.
Like they had
Only worth
35-cent goldfishes up there, and I was like, I don't want a 35-cent goldfish. And Bella was like, I'm not doing that either. So we got her little $9 goldfish, and we were able to return the goldfish. And you can say it's not Petco's fault if you want, but they gave us a free goldfish the second time around. And
what you mean? Just real quick, so I know we got to go. But what do you mean you returned the goldfish?
We returned the goldfish.
It's right back there. Like, listen.
Well, we flushed it down the toilet, but we took back the receipt and we told them what happened. That the goldfish died within 24 hours.
The nerve.
Gave us a new one.
The nerve. Wait a minute.
Whoa. You cashed in on a life insurance policy of a goldfish?
Look. It was a defunction. It was a fish that wasn't functioning correctly. So we got ourselves a replacement.
You murdered it in cold blood and it wasn't functioning correctly.
Dexter, want to know if you're drinking a 40 ounce?
Dexter is drinking caramel apple cider. He has not drank any liquor in almost 2 months now.
Ashley Joy on my watch party wants to know how you returned it after you flushed it down the toilet. Liar.
We took the receipt.
Well, we took the receipt. Yeah. I mean, they don't want the dead fish back.
Why wouldn't they? I want the body. You got to prove to me.
But we did have to bring our water, so they made us get the stuff for our water, and we brought the water sample back, and they tested the water.
They would never do that in Philly or Chicago.
I want to say never in Philadelphia because they know people be trying to load them fish up.
It wasn't a 35-cent fish; it was a $9 fish, $8.99 for that fish. It was an owner that wasn't functioning correctly. Look, man, we tried our best. So, like I said, the new fish. Do you want to see the fish?
The new fish, yeah.
Is it alive?
Way over time. Like, what are you doing?
Okay.
They don't care.
People are interested about the fish. People are interested about this.
I just know what people were saying to me, like, y'all went so long, I was late for work.
Well, you got any shout outs while I get this situation?
People on here that used to be with us when our show was only a half an hour.
Yeah, our show was a half an hour for 6 episodes, and then we moved it.
I do have a really quick shout out that I wanted to give. So in college, I did this show called In the Life of Tone, and this like Link University, like most HBCUs are doing their homecoming from home.
Sorry,
reunion for So we recorded a reunion for In the Life of Tone, the 10-year anniversary of it, and it's going to show this week on Lincoln University's channels. So if you want to take a look at it, you can go to In the Life of Tone on Instagram and just follow the page and register for it, and you can check out that 10-year reunion. I'm super excited about it. There's a lot of good talent on it, a lot of people that you guys actually may know outside of Lincoln University as well. So please check it out.
Awesome. Anybody else have any shout outs?
Absolutely. So I'm going to quickly shout out Chanel Watson for watching on the watch party, Kiana Harley, my battle buddies Tritico, my battle buddy Sanders, Ashley Joy for watching on the watch party. Again, I want to thank Kanisha and Travis Malloy for just hanging out with me over the week. And really quickly, can I get some camera time so I can show off the
camera time?
All Worlds Apparel, folks. Get with it. Listen. Okay, they are our official sponsor. You get with this. This is my No Love Lost t-shirt from All Worlds Apparel. All Worlds Apparel is offering a 15% discount with the code BTL15. BTL15. You go to All Worlds Apparel on Instagram or allworldsapparel.com and get your All Worlds Apparel. There are discounts for Bro Talk Live fans, 15% off your entire order. Go get what you need.
That's nice, Jason. I think I want to get me a fish tank now.
The promo code is BTL15. I will type it into the chat.
I did it already.
Hi to Guppy, everybody. Hi, Guppy.
You paid $9 for that?
Okay. John, you should have went with that 35-cent fish.
More in there, they're going to murder each other.
Guppy's big. This is a 10-gallon tank.
No, he put that 35-cent fish in there. That 35-cent fish is going to murder that $8 fish. That $8 fish is from the suburbs. That $3, that 35-cent fish is from the daggone projects.
All right. For Dex, for Ty, for Bill, and for Guppy, who is now hiding. She doesn't want to. Hi. This was the edition of Bro Talk. We will see you guys next week.